Hi, my name's Sean Bartley. I'm the production dramaturg on Romance, and we wanted to spend a few minutes on the blog today kind of filling folks in on what we've learned about the play from the preview process so far. We have our press opening tonight, and I'm sitting in the Loeb thinking about what's happened over the last few days and what our first audiences have taught us about the play. We've spent a lot of time in print and in person. If you've read our newsletters, looked at the blogs, looked at some of the advertising materials, we talk a lot about warning people about the incredibly explosive comic content of this play. Mamet goes out of his way to mock and ridicule everyone, folks of every race, creed, religion, nationality, orientation. It's really a part of his master plan in the play. I sort of often have the image of Mamet sitting at his typewriter, and he actually still does write on a typewriter today, with a list alongside him, kind of a list of special interest groups in our culture that are in our politically correct sensibilities we can't necessarily mock. And every time he would get one, he would kind of check it off his list and keep working down the list. That's the degree to which this play revels in mocking things that we take so very seriously in our culture. We've actually also published a list early on. I created a list of everybody who we thought might potentially be offended by the play. And we've sort of begun to spun that around and use it. It now scrolls through the lobby as you walk in, and we often tell people if we somehow missed you or we missed a sense of folks who are totally offended by this play, let us know because we'll include it, we'll fill it in. There's something very different about experiencing this play in an auditorium than traditionally reading it on a page. There's actually two levels of laughs in the play. There's the literal laugh, the laugh we take at Mamet's punchline, and there's also the laugh of the experience of seeing it in a group full of people, the way that Mamet is able to drive us to laugh at things that we would never say out loud in a room this full. He manages to get us to give these big belly laughs to incredibly racist, sexist, homophobic, bigoted, awful thought. And there's something incredibly dangerous but also exciting about that. There's a feeling of release that happens in this play, that we're allowed to communally acknowledge these things and laugh at them in a totally new way. I don't want to give away any content of the play at all, but you'll notice for the first 20 pages or so of this text, the play is very funny, but it's a very innocuous kind of humor. It's the dialogue could be put straight onto an episode of Law and Order. The comedy that we have is very classic, shticky. There's nothing offensive about it. And then the play takes its turn and pinwheels as the farce begins to move out of control into this absolutely wild, unrestrained energy of mockery. And watching audiences take that turn with the play is absolutely fascinating to me. Sometimes there's one line in particular that completely blows people by surprise. I won't give it away. And some nights so far it's been met with complete and utter laughter. One night we had about 20 or 30 people audibly gasp. It was this really exciting moment of sitting in a theater and watching the play literally just kind of overwhelm people and catch them off guard and see how they then respond and move with the play from there. So we'd love to encourage you to come onto the blog and give us feedback, not only about what you liked about the play, the lines you thought were funny, the comedy and the energy of it, but what about Mamet's play disarmed you in a way? Because that's in many ways as important to him as the incredible sense of overwhelming laughter that so many people are having as they sit through the production.